My goodness. All right, we are recording.
Okay, well, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here tonight to join us and do some brainstorming on this new season that we're going into. We're going to probably, possibly, more than likely, one of the biggest months of our businesses. And that's why we thought this would be a great class to kick off November with, because we really need to get this social selling, this seasonal social selling out on the table. So in the comments, in the chat, I want you to put your thoughts when I say seasonal social selling. I want you to put what your thoughts are. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're not here, so you don't know. But I want to see, okay, opportunity, holiday sales, opportunity. I love them. Okay, Black Friday, Christmas gifts. What I do not see in this chat is anything negative. And that's really what I want to talk about, because I don't know about you, but sometimes this little itty bitty shitty committee comes out and rests on my shoulder, and I don't want to go into a conversation with that kind of energy. Thanks. So what I want to do first off is talk about mindset around social selling, because we really need to understand that we do have a premium product at our hands, in our fingertips, that everybody needs in their house. And we all know that. But sometimes when we get into chats, especially with our friends, for some reason, it's so much easier for me to talk to my cold market than it is my warm market about things. I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem? Like when I'm reaching out to somebody that I don't really know very well, it is easier for me. This is a story I tell myself. It's easier for me to talk about Young Living to them, not so much my friends. And that's just kind of backwards. But that is a thought that I need to get out of my head before I start a conversation with my friend, right? Like, I don't want to talk to my best friend and like hose up when it comes to the important parts of Young Living that I know and love. So here is a really fun activity that actually Jordan Schrant taught us at Diamond Bound last year. It was last year, right? Yeah. Okay. Last year. In the middle of her talk, she listed 10 steps that you should do as a business builder every single day for 1 hour. This is like a 1 hour thing. We have this, I have this written down somewhere, but I'm going off of memory right now. The very first thing that she said is dump out your negative thoughts. So when you sit down at your work time, your workspace, your work hour, your work 15 minutes, the 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 60 minutes that you're going to spend on your Young Living job, sit down with your oil, whatever oil you feel compelled to. Tonight, for me, it was highest potential. And write down all of your thoughts, good or bad. Get them all out on paper, because especially the negative ones, you don't want that to go into the energy of the conversations that you're going to have. So if you get them all down on paper and you get them out, you can then recognize, okay, that's a story, that's a story, that's a story, that's a story, and separate it from the fact. Because the fact is that you're selling Young Living as the highest quality product. That is a fact. That is a fact. In fact, I'm going to read you some facts about Young Living, and it's just going to push you to the top. So, Young Living oils are tested by scientists with over 180 years of combined lab experience. First of all, put that feather in your cap, because that's kind of a big deal, because most of Young Living scientists were hand trained by our founder, Gary Young, okay? By him himself in the lab. There are also more than 3,000 global employees with over 600 life-changing products, 16 corporate and partner farms, more than 20 international markets, 50 highly trained scientists, and 12 independent partner labs with over 6 million global customers. Those are a lot of feathers that you can stick in your cap, knowing that Young Living is by far the best product. And you know that it is Because I don't know about you, but one thing that I hear from people a lot is Young Living oils are expensive. Well, of course they're expensive. It is a premium product. It is exactly what you want in your house. All of our products are premium. And there's a reason for that, because we don't cut corners. We don't do things like that. We make sure that our stuff is highest quality. And that's the kind of stuff that we want around our family, our friends, all of the things, all of the people that we really need to get these products into their house. So know for sure, get rid of the ugly thoughts. Know without a doubt that you work for the best company. You are selling for the best company on the planet. There's a reason you became a brand partner with Young Living. It is because you have been compelled to share the opportunity at whatever level. Maybe you just share occasionally. Maybe you are in it for Royal Crown Diamond. I don't know, but there's a reason why you came here, and that is what you need to get to. You need to get to your why and be compelled to share that. That said, a few other statistics that just came out. I was listening to Annie Hauser after the announcement. If you're not following Annie Hauser, please, I implore you to go follow her on social media. She does an amazing job of sharing. So does Carly Garner. They are just the people that we need to model ourselves after, and they know what to say and how to say it because sometimes that compliance window gets in there and I draw back a little bit because of compliance. And when I see what they're posting, I'm like, oh, that's easy. I can talk about that. 76% is our retention rate within Young Living when we bring somebody in with a premium starter bundle and they are on loyalty rewards. So we tell them from the get-go, girl, you need this starter bundle and you need to put it on loyalty rewards. And I'm going to explain all of that to you, but while you're ordering, make sure you check that box. And to my understanding, Young Living has made that extremely easy for us now. We have a new enrollment page that makes the process very streamlined, which I'm very excited about. The other statistic that I wanted to mention to you is that the top 10% of enrollers within Young Living are enrolling 2 to 3 people a month on Essential Rewards. Sorry, loyalty rewards, on loyalty rewards, Essential Rewards if you're in Canada, but 2 to 3 people. You guys, we can do 2 to 3 people a month. We can. And if you have any questions about that, honestly, take a big look at your bubbles. Like, where are your bubbles? Who are your bubbles? Do you have kids? Are you a sewer? Are you a crafter? Those are your bubbles. These are the people within those bubbles. So, and then the other thing that I just wanted to leave you with one more time, or one last thing I should say before I move this forward, is get into those relationships with your people. Because one thing Annie did mention that I always seem to just kind of, it's the first thing that leaves me, is the personal relationship of your voice. So she said whenever she responds to messages, she uses voice messages. And that is super important. I know it's super important to me. So when you are in conversations with somebody, stick a voice message in there every once in a while so they can hear your excitement, so they can hear your compassion, so that they can hear your empathy when you're talking to them about possibly solving something that they've been dealing with for a very long time. So that was all I was going to talk about tonight. I'm going to pass this over to Lene, and she's going to talk to us about what she's going to talk to us about.
You're not going to give it away, huh, Susie? I have so many thoughts around seasonal social selling. I did not share the negative ones in the comment because I didn't want to put that in writing, honestly. So it's here, and I didn't want to put it in writing for you to absorb. So I'm going to write it out for myself so it's out, and then I can burn it so it's gone, right? We often have to get out of our own way. We have all these thoughts, right, that come in, and we see somebody else say something about network marketing, or we see someone else say something about the company. No matter what it is, we hear all these things and we start to absorb that, right? Because we hear it and we got to put that away and be laser focused on our own goal and not do something based off of somebody else's goal, right? Our goals are ours. God gave us a vision. God gave us a plan for us, and he didn't give it to that person or that person or that person to help you decipher. He gave it to you. So it's so important to get out of our own way. And one of my things is I often feel I have to have things perfect. Does anybody else out there feel that way? Everything has to be just so. And if it's not, then what's the point? I don't want people to think of me as less than what, right? I have something pretty big coming up this weekend, like mega big. And I have some thoughts, but it's been this goal of mine that I'm actually going to get to experience this weekend has been coming on for a while. And it's, I think, taken this long because of my own thought process behind it. But now the opportunity is here and I am beyond ready to grasp it. But I think one of the reasons it took so long is because I thought things had to be perfect and I had to have all this certification and that certification and this credential and that credential. And it doesn't have to be that way. Our life, our experiences are our credentials. Okay, that speaks volumes more than other letters or whatever behind a name, because when you've experienced something, that's huge. That testimony carries a lot of weight. So don't be afraid to share it, no matter what initials you do or don't have behind your name. It doesn't have to be perfect. And also, you know, that having someone, or that testimony of seeing someone that's been there and done that, or been there and experienced that. If you have a certain experience or testimony about a product, you have passion and feeling behind that. And that's going to carry a lot of weight for that person. They're going to be like, oh my word, this really means something for them, right? So I think it's really important to have a few of those key products that you promote constantly, because you have that passion behind that. That's going to come across, and that's going to be like, oh, I just shared what really worked for me. It was easy. It wasn't hard to sell that. And it didn't feel like selling, right? Because you were just like, I'm going to tell people about this because I feel so amazing. So don't be afraid to be that walking testimony. And you don't have to have it all figured out and all the science behind it figured out. The fact that it works and your life has changed means a lot. Also, the thing for me in doing this as a business, because I've had a huge health transformation. And so I'm getting to talk about that and share that. That's amazing. But what is more challenging for me, that comes across as almost like a no-brainer. I can just do this. But it's the sitting down at my desk. I'm at my desk right now, but it's sitting down at my desk and actually doing some of those micro work type things that might not seem to produce a result. You want to see that result right away. And it can feel like you're not being successful when you don't have those tangible results. But it's often that, and I'm a stay-at-home mom too. Okay. So I stay at home, I homeschool our kids, yet I work 4 hours doing nurse triage calls from this desk. And so when am I supposed to do Young Living? Where is it going to fit in and make sure that I have that focused time to get something done? And this is something I'm in the process of working on, and it's planning my week ahead, knowing what's going to happen, because right now I'm doing things just if I have the time, and not just physical time, but mental time, right? I think we forget about that key piece is we might physically have time to do something, but where are you mentally in order to get that task completed in a way that's actually going to produce results, whether it's immediately or in the future. And so that blend, that time of life or work time is blended. You might do a little bit here, a little bit there, but I think it's key to have that intention of when are you going to fit those tasks in, and what are those tasks that you're going to fit in. When things come easy, it is effortless, right? And when things are effortless, it often may come across to you as, oh, everybody knows that. Not everybody knows that, okay? It's your job to share that. And in a way that people are like, oh my word. And you will, when you do that, you'll come across with a certain amount of authority that adds to your credibility. So be confident in what you know, even if it seems to you that everybody should know that, okay? That's huge. That's been a lesson that I've really been learning lately. So here's the other thing. Don't be ashamed about what you do, what we do. We are entrepreneurs that sell things socially. We are social sellers. We are business owners in a model that creates an unlimited source of income. And I think for me, I've had this maybe stigma in my mind about what that means. And because we've all seen some of those slimy people, we don't want to be those types of people in this business. It's about leading from the heart. So don't be ashamed about what you do. Have confidence that what you are doing is sharing something that is going to significantly transform people's lives and health for the better. People need to hear that. And if you don't share, their life isn't going to be transformed. And then what? I would just, I would feel awful if I didn't share what I know, knowing that somebody else's health might start to dwindle as a result. So don't be ashamed to share. And learn to share if you're asked. So I had this experience at the gym recently. I love the gym. Yes, I have muscles and I'm proud of it. And you'll pretty much always see me in a tank top, okay? So this is who I am. Gym life. I love working out. I love being in shape and helping others and encouraging others along that same path. So I've made some friends at the gym and was talking to her about what was coming up this weekend. And she's like, oh my goodness, that's really cool. And it just naturally came out. I was like, I'm not going to be afraid to share why I'm there. This is a Young Living event. And so I shared with her, hey, I've had success with these products. And it just came out and it was natural. And it wasn't like it wasn't coming across at all as I'm trying to get her interested. I didn't share specific products with her, but just the fact that I shared why I'm speaking and what I'm speaking about. So don't be afraid to have those experiences. Just share what you're doing. Because here's the deal. We are the store. Okay. We are the store. When you go into a brick and mortar store, no matter what type it is, the cute little boutique, the big box store, a specialty store, whatever store it is, when you walk through those doors, they have aisles and aisles of product. Some they display in certain areas and you're like, oh, that got my attention. What is that? And you'll go up and you'll look at it and be like, I have to have that. Oh my word, that would just totally solve XYZ problem. And so you go and you grab it off the shelf and you go buy it. And on the along the way, you might see something else and you'll grab that too. But you only bought those things because you went into the store. So here's the deal. You have to open the doors to your store. What are you selling? What are you putting on display so that others can see it and be like, oh, I need that. And then they keep walking along. You share something else and they're like, I need that too. And it's just natural because they're seeing your store. They're walking through your store. So what are people seeing when you open the doors to your store? Because they're not going to buy anything if you're keeping the doors closed. And if you're keeping the doors closed, that means you're not sharing. And if you're not sharing, people aren't going to gain the health that they could through you. Okay. So we are a virtual store. You must open your doors if people are going to buy something. Okay. And that might be those like 3 products roughly that you share on a regular basis that are going to bring people into your store. And then they'll see other products along the way too. So open the doors to your store. Okay, Sherry, take it on.
Wow, that was great. That is like, a graphic. Like I want to put that all over, like open the doors to your store. What do you have on display? I just love this analogy. This is so great. Oh, I'm running with that. I love that. I love that, Lenny. Okay, so I'm going to turn a big corner here and I'm going to talk to you guys about this season. And specifically this season and selling during this season and the different type of customers that you run into, the different type of people, because this season of giving and getting and shopping and all of that, so many different responses to that. So many different types of people respond to giving and shopping in different ways. So let's just address some of those people, because guess what, people? I believe that Young Living can cater to all of them. So let's break it down. Okay, so first you've got those people who love to buy presents. They love to go shopping. They want to get presents for everybody. They just want to shop, shop, shop. They love shopping, right? Well, come into my store. I will open my doors for you. And come into my store because Young Living has over 600 products. What are you looking to buy? Over here, we've got personal care. Over here, we have CBD. Over here, we have essential oils. Like we have everything. Come into my store and shop, right? That person is going to have a heyday with you. And you should have no hesitation in chatting with that person because, oh my goodness gracious, can you help them? Absolutely. And how much better for that person who wants to buy all those gifts? You're a one-stop shop. We are a one-stop shop. They do not have to go to the mall and go to 5,000 different stores. They just come to you. Your shop has everything that they need. So that's exciting to me. I mean, that's something to share with them. Like, you know what? I'm going to make your shopping experience so easy this year. You can buy them all with me. Let's go. Let's go. Come on into my store, right? So there's that person. We got them covered. Okay, then we've got those people who really love to give, but money is a problem. Or so they view it that way, right? So for those people, we enter in and show them all of our money saving opportunities. First of all, we've learned a lot about them tonight on the announcement. We have bundles where you save hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And we've talked about this in our last class. You can buy one bundle and make 12 gifts out of it, right? You can DIY with the things you get in those bundles, or just with a few different oils. So there are so many opportunities for giving that do not have to break the bank. And we have lower priced products as well. But I think that for me, because I am definitely an economy shopper. I mean, if there's a deal, my husband used to always say, how much money did you spend today on things we don't need? On things that were on sale that we really don't need. Like, but it was on sale. We saved $200. Do we need that? But great thing about our products are we need them. We need them all. And we can save people money. So I just love saving people money. So get really familiar with our bundles, get really familiar with that price, the difference, like it's worth this, but you're only paying this. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, then you've got the people that don't want to do the big stores. They want to support small business. Guess what? We're a small business. Isn't that great? So we can cater to those people. You don't have to go to, I don't want to name names, but you know what I mean. You don't have to go to the big stores. Don't, you're putting money into my family's hands and to all the families who are under me. You're putting money into our hands, not into, Joe Schmo corporate people that you don't know how they're really spending their money. But, you're helping families when you buy from Young Living, people, real people that I mean, that's comforting, right? So we've got them covered. Then you've got the people who are all about service. They don't want to buy products. They just want to give they want to give meaningful gifts. They don't want to just buy toys and plastic things and tchotchkes, right? Well, we've got them covered in quite a few ways. First of all, let's just talk about what our main purpose is. Health and wellness. That's meaningful, people. That's life-giving. That's an important gift. So those people, you talk to them like that, right? You couldn't give a better gift to someone. You're supporting their life. You're helping them. So this is such an important gift. And learn about our foundation, the Young Living Foundation. That will get to people. Oh my gosh. You want to support people and help communities survive? Go look at our foundation and help, and just all of the things that we're doing to help. And a lot of our products, a donation whenever you buy it, part of that goes to help those communities and those people. So that's an incredible way to sell that. And then there's those people that it's a really tough time of year, right? My husband's a minister, and we used to do Blue Christmas services. Have you guys ever heard of that? Because the holidays really can be, it's not just all, Santa Claus and gift giving for a lot of people. It can be a very difficult time. So what about those people? Well, those people, we have oils that deal with helping people with their emotions, right? We can help with our feelings kit, with the CBD oils, with the freedom release kits, there's so many of our products that can help support emotions at this time of year. So we've got that. And last but not least are the bah humbug people. The ones who don't want to have anything to do with the holiday. They've sworn off gift giving and they're like, I have no room in my life for this. I don't want to do this. Well, for those people, I would say, you know what? I get you. I get you. And you don't have to buy a thing. Why don't you just give them a gift certificate? Because I've got that for you, and let them decide what they want. You don't have to go shopping. You don't have to make any decisions, but that way you're at least, in the spirit of giving, although some people don't want to be in that spirit, but that's okay. But what I do, and I don't know how the rest of you chime in if you have ways that you give gift certificates. I've trial and error, people. I've done it the wrong way, and I feel like I've come around to a good way. I will give people a gift certificate and say, here's a $25 gift certificate, and then they have to call me to redeem it. So that way I know that they're going through me, and then I help them place their order. And then I just put a $25 credit on their account so that when they go to order, they can use that and get $25 off of whatever they order. So I don't just give $25 out randomly. I did that. It didn't work for me. So anyway, I think we've got everybody covered during this season. We can cater to everyone. There is no reason. This is prime time. This is prime time. We are here for this. We can help everybody have a wonderful shopping experience this year. So with that, I'm going to give it to Shelby.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. You guys are all amazing. Everything you guys have said, I'm like, yes to the storefront, yes to all the types of people. Susie opening us up with mindset. Yes, only speak to the light. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. So in case you don't know me, my name is Shelby and I am a blue personality. What does that mean? That means I love a party. I love a good social event, right? I'm here for it. So when I think of holiday social selling, I'm like, heck yeah. Okay, social selling. What's the first word? Social. Okay, what does that mean? Community. You guys, you cannot have a social event or a social selling without the people socializing in the community, right? And that's what makes the holidays amazing, being with Young Living, where we have events to look forward to, like a holiday launch party or a Black Friday party. And when I say party, it could be anything as far as like getting your community, your team, your group together via Zoom. Right? Don't make it hard via Zoom. You could do a in-person event, right? You could, there's all these, it's 2022. There's so much technology that it is ridiculous. You don't even have to leave your home to be a part of social selling or being a part of community. So I wanted to really talk about, the community part, because we are in a relationship building business. Right? Our business does not thrive if we do not have relationships with these people. We can enroll all these people, but if they don't have the education and the community and the feeling of oneness, we don't have a business. You can only get so far enrolling people on your own, right? But eventually you're going to need a team. You're going to need a mastermind. You're going to need a community of like-minded people with one goal in common. What is that? Get oils in every home. What is that? Health and wellness, right? So the value of community. Hi, hello, we're the YL Unstoppables, who we never would have met if we were not in a community, right? We all met through a mastermind group, basics. Thank you. I was like, what is it called? Basics. Where we all met and we all joined hands through Marco Polo. So there you go. Like, use the apps, right? Get your team, your community, your people that you want to hold hands and go to the top with, right? Get those people, whether it's Crossline or in your team, and do a Marco group, do a Facebook Messenger, do whatever you feel led, how you want to build your community. And build those friendships, right? These lifelong friendships. And that is one thing that really set Young Living apart from me. I have more friendships with my Young Living friends than my real life friends, right? So crazy. So when we talk about social selling and like the holiday, so, having those parties, whether they're in Zoom, in person, and building the excitement, right? If you're not in the spirit of it, then how can they be? If you're not corralling the people, getting the morale, not only making the post, but maybe going live, having, we meet, the YL Unstoppables, we meet every Friday on a Zoom in the morning, just to catch up, brainstorming, right? Keeping that in the forefront of your mind as a community, right? Because what you think about is what you're gonna produce, right? Where your focus goes, energy flows. So making sure that you're building this community with Young Living in the forefront, with changing lives in the forefront, and making that time, making it a priority and necessity to be in the spirit of it. If you're not excited, then you can't expect them to be excited. If you don't know what's going on, then you can't expect them to be going on. But you're not alone. You're not alone. So get your community together. Hey, we just launched this new comp plan type thing, and let's all get together and learn it together so we can teach it together. Hey, you learn this and then teach me, and I'll learn this and teach you, right? Bouncing those ideas off. Community. We were not created to be alone, right? There was one man, and then God said he needs a partner, and then there was two, right? So grabbing hands with our community, with our brand partners, right, during this holiday season. And it's not even just one holiday, you guys. Like, write down all the events that are coming up. right? Write down whether it's the, Black Friday. We used to do, and I can't remember, put in the chat if you remember, the ones that were like quarterly. There was like different names for them, like kickoffs or something. I don't know. We changed it, but anyways, there's always something going on. Okay, so always look ahead. Be prepared. Know where you're going. If you don't know where you're going, how are you gonna get there, right? So being one step ahead and brainstorming with that. Okay, so you're gonna hold hands with people also, because you're gonna like whenever I'm going through something, I forget what oils to use, or I forget what the tools that I have. But I can help anybody else. Anybody else, I am a beacon of light. Schmojo, I can help you. And then when I have a moment and I share with my community or my mastermind group, and they're like, have you tried peppermint? And I'm like, oh my God, no, I did not. Right? So you build a community to help you remember A, where you've come from. B, you can't see the picture if you're in the picture frame, right? So you need other people to uplift you. You need other people to rise up, right? To rise up. Okay. So, joining hands, having that community. If you have a community, I'm going to tell you right now, things come, right, that are not always of the highest frequency. If you have a community of like-minded people and you know what's going on, you can quickly squash, quickly only speak to the light and kill it before it even starts, right? So if you're informative and you keep in touch with these people, with your community, then you're all going to be going down the stream effortlessly, right? So just being in the know, okay? Being in the know. Let's see here. Team YL, let's see here. Effortless way, work smarter, not harder. So the holiday launch, you can't do this alone. So saying, like, even if you're having an in-person class, right? Or an in-person event, and you delegate stuff like, hey, Sherry, you want to bring the ice? Hey, Lene, you want to bring this? So getting people involved, you do not have to do this alone. Yes, you have your own business, right? Yes, you are your own business leader. You're your own entrepreneur, but you have to lock arms with people. You have to do this together. And let me tell you, when you build a solid foundation, the rain will come and the floods will come up, but you will stay solid, right? Things happen. I have a friend that her husband just passed away. And in that time, her team was able to say, you know what, take this time, we'll post the promos. Take this time, we'll go ahead and host the holiday launch. Like we'll keep a lookout for the Black Friday, right? Because you have that community to help you through the social selling, the holiday stuff, right? Whatever's coming. Okay. And community is so important, not only for Young Living, but I mean, in Think and Grow Rich, right? If we're studying, if we're building up our personal development, we're working on ourselves, what is it? Building a mastermind. Okay. In the Bible, where two or more gather, right? Things happen, right? So community is so much, it's so much more than we give it credit for, right? So relationship building, social selling, community, getting your people together. I heard this tonight. Is it Tom Sawyer? Yes, I think that's Blake. I heard this tonight on that call. Did you guys hear that? Yes, Sherry, say yes. Okay, so here's like a little analogy. Here's a little visual for you, right? So he gets in trouble because he got home late and he has to like paint this fence, and it's a big fence, right? And he's like, oh man, this is gonna take all day and I don't want to do it. And he has to do the punishment, right? Do it alone. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make this fun. And so he's whistling and he's having a great time creating FOMO, right? Creating that community, right? That like, oh, come join us. Why? Because we're amazing and we have community, right? So he's creating this FOMO while painting this fence. And then his friend walks by and he's like, yeah, I want to help you. And it's like, oh, well, I don't know. And it's like creating that FOMO, right? And so he's like, yeah, please, I'll help you if you give me this apple. I'll give you this apple if I can help you. And he's like, okay. So he gets the apple, and then his friends helping him paint, and then they're having fun. And then someone else joins by. And at the end of it, it's like the whole neighborhood's helping him paint this fence that he was supposed to do alone, right? And so it's like when we have fun, right? When we create that FOMO, when we have fun, when we have community, what could have taken forever, right? To get to the top or wherever your goal is, could have taken forever, but it didn't, because he had community, because he had fun, because he, you know, was doing all the things, right? So that's all I have for you. And so I really hope that you guys got some good things from this. I really, really do. Sherry, do you know what next week's class is?
I do. It's actually in 2 weeks. It's going to be on the 15th, November 15th, 2 weeks from tonight. And it's homemade for the holiday. So we're going to be talking a lot of DIYs and recipes and things that you can make. So please come and join us in 2 weeks. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. We really appreciate you and hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Yep, I love some DIYs. So.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a great evening, everybody.